ladies and gentlemen, he's not done. I told y'all. I told y'all a long time ago what Iceman was gonna be. I told you it was gonna be. He gonna be dissing in it. It's gonna be an album where he's in there dissing and doing exactly what he just took people to court for. Defaming characters. He gonna be all in there. Hypocrite bars is something you gotta deal with. You feel me? So apparently, some new leaks amongst all of the new leaks of Drake has just dropped. And in this leak, he's taking shots at Serena, Schoolboy Q, and some are saying even Kendrick a little bit. Now, of course, he doesn't say Kendrick's name because he's Voldemort. But let's get into this. Shout out to Lauren Lorenzo. Shout out to Lauren, Brown Girl Magic. Let's get right to it. They covered this and they played the clip.
There were some songs, it's like small snippets that were leaked that fans believe will be on Drake's Iceman project that he has coming out. Now, I'm going to tell you guys this. The reason why fans believe so strongly that these are not just like throwaways or not really going to be on Iceman is because the same way that these were leaked, the same Discord that leaked these songs is the same Discord that leaked some songs from some Sexy Songs for You, which was Drake's last project. Now,
okay, can we just are we still buying that these are leaks? Is that still the narrative? Like, is there more, at a certain point you got to just go, what is easier to believe, or what is there more, whether it's circumstantial evidence, what is there more evidence to believe that this same strategy that Drake has been using, he used it from Sexy Songs for You, where they're leaking songs. He used it during the battle where they're leaking songs. And now he's using it for this where they're leaking songs. Is it all just leaks? Because now you'd have to, in order to believe that, I would have to believe that Drake's team is spiraling, not just Drake. Drake's team is spiraling way worse than I ever could imagine. And this battle took way more of a toll on Drake than anybody can measure. Because that would mean that all of a sudden now Drake's music is just not protected. All of a sudden now his A&Rs, his engineers just be leaving hard drives at Starbucks, apparently. Like, so somebody's music at what point did Drake's music leak this much? At what point can we just go, I don't know, I feel like it's easier to believe that you're just dropping samplers because you're not 100% sure what people want to hear from you. And with the news that he scrapped different versions of Iceman, even according to Akadidi, that he scrapped, 3 different versions according to him? Which further goes into I don't think Drake knows what people want to hear from him right now. And I think that's true. I think Drake is in a bad position, a weird position. But, like, at what point, come on, brother. So at what point is it, you're either doing this on purpose or your team is the most wildly incompetent team that you've had your whole career.
On one of the songs, Drake takes a shot at Serena Williams. Let's take a listen to that.
Serena, but I'm cool with Venus. I be hanging around these niggas like I'm Dua Lipa. I might hit up like a Schoolboy and do a remix. Cause you put your niggas on, but they making peanuts. We don't ever piece it up with shit we got between us.
He came at Kendrick again on that too when he said, I might do a remix with Schoolboy Q. Or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Don't nobody care, Drake.
All right, so now let me get the whole thing up. Let me get the lyrics up because, that kind of sounded like it was recorded on a potato. Let's just get the lyrics up. Here are the lyrics right here. ISO cam. All right. So this is what he said about Schoolboy. Well, he said he's cool with Venus, but not Serena. He don't hang out with these niggas. He do a Lipa. We're gonna talk about that. Well, first of all, before we even talk about the Schoolboy bar, I hope that's not true. That'd be legendary whack. If Venus is cool with Drake, right? That would be legendary whack. Because why would you be cool with somebody who's been tormenting your sister for a long time, since Common, for 2 relationships, who has made fun of both of them? Why would you be, that crosses a line where it's like, this is a man who's been like literally publicly dissing and beefing with your sister for years. Now, either you and your sister got beef, but can't nobody do that to somebody in my family. And if somebody did that, like say somebody was beefing my little brother and it came out and was like, I'm cool with Screw, I would make it my highest priority to let niggas know I'm not cool with that nigga. Now, it's all, because that goes beyond rap. That's just like, I hope that's just Drake throwing little things out there, because that's lame. That's lame. You got to stick with your sister, you know what I mean? But anyway, this is what he said about Schoolboy Q. I'm not even going to cover the Serena thing, because like niggas be loving to go at the women. Let's talk about this. He says, I might hit up effing Schoolboy and do a remix, because you put your niggas on, but they making peanuts. We don't ever piece it up that we got between us. Okay. So, now people have resurfaced pictures of McConan working at the restaurant and stuff like that. Now, I'm not going to use this as an opportunity to dunk on McConan and stuff like that. Has Drake, everybody that worked with Drake, have he put it on? Have they put him on? Have he? No. A lot of times you can make the argument that Drake has done things where somebody who was on newly, he came in and absorbed their clout. Look alive. Anyway, so here's I got to speak to this, because this isn't just where it starts and stops. We got to go to this, because if you remember right here, Drake actually had Schoolboy Q's show in Toronto allegedly canceled from the Canadian police, right? So this is the first time, this was during the beef. I even understood this move. I understood going out, you don't want nobody from the op side to eat. Understood. Here's what I'm going to say. Drake is starting to look like he's poking at Q. And what you're starting to feel like you're doing is handling this like gang politics, Drake. That's what it's feeling like. It's feeling like, and I'm sure someone like Schoolboy Q might not look at it like, because it's you like that, but he recognizes these moves. Oh, I can't go because I'm from this side, and so I can't eat. And so you taking shots at me. Q hasn't really gone at Drake that crazy. He's just been riding for his mans. And I keep telling Drake, bro, you don't want to, like, this is Schoolboy Q. If you know what, it's school. I don't think that's the territory you want to take it. You shot at this man a couple of times. He ain't really shot back. But you egging him on. And if I'm Q, I'm like, oh, this nigga think I'm sweet or something. Q is just wildly unbothered of a nigga. And I think sometimes people take that as, oh, let me get one off. Because you don't say Kendrick's name, but you say Q's. If I'm Q, I'm looking at, oh, so you think I'm sweet? But, so this has been something that Q and Drake have been having for a while. A little thing. Now, this was Schoolboy Q at one of his shows.
Fuck all that shit, though. Fuck all that shit, though.
As you hear, it's F Drake. You know, they've been having their little thing back and forth. That's the audience doing it. He don't even really say nothing. He just laughing, right? Okay. So this is Smack, who is damn near Schoolboy Q's like this. Some people call him Schoolboy Q's manager and stuff, but I know him as Smack. And this was his response when they tried to cancel the Canadian show because he was a part of TDE. And I keep telling you, if you want, listen, this is how some niggas on that side move, so pay attention.
Fuck Drake, let's get to that.
Why are you saying that?
Cause that nigga fucking up money and shit that feed people family, my nigga.
He didn't fuck the money up.
No, I'm saying he could have. He still got paid for that, but he could have. And you fucking with the people fans, and people really want to see him. There was real Schoolboy Q fans that sold out that 2,000, 3,000 people. That wasn't no fake fans. I've been out there. They really fucked with him. And he fucked that up, and that wasn't right.
You think it was him, or you think
it was just him? Because that venue,
it was just the police safety.
Fuck that. It was him. That venue, he got part ownership on. So when he heard TDE niggas come in there, he like, fuck that. And who? He in the video too. Fuck him. He dropped a dime on us and told the police, hey, make sure they don't come, man. Tell them that it ain't cool. Oh, my mama. I know he did.
So how you feeling about that? Like, what
I
would you
don't
tell
like
Drake?
that.
What would you tell Drake?
You a bitch. Then when I catch you in L.A., we got to get in.
You can't just keep doing stuff like this. You doing real stuff. You trying to take real money out of people's mouths. You now you dissing. It's rap and stuff like that. You know, you know what I mean? It's just, it gets to a certain point where you just like, yeah, it feels like you trying to egg this dude on. I don't know if that's who you want to egg on. Now there's another clip that apparently, another little snippet that's on this Breakfast Club.
Okay, but people do want nobody care.
Daddy.
Taking a
That's a good listen.
This is another snippet right here. Let's get to, oh, my bad. Let's get to this snippet.
To the second audio that was leaked.
got bigger than what's in my mind. I'm taking an eye for an eye. I sent a boy up to the sky. I still haven't lost any sleep, and I definitely didn't cry.
Yeah, right.
Hey, yo, Gucci, get back in the.
And I definitely didn't cry. No, dog. No. That's it. Listen, I ain't lose any sleep, and I definitely didn't cry. I definitely didn't cry. You know what's hilarious? Is that's like one of those moments like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Who said you cried? Hey, you know what happened? I definitely didn't cry. I definitely didn't go home after the Super Bowl and one solid tear come through, and then I had to get tissues from Chubbs, and I was curled up in the fetal position in my bed crying for 2 weeks. I definitely didn't do that. What a hilarious clapback. And you know what? You know what? I didn't even cry. That sounds like victim quotes.
Ride, cause that's definitely not the guy. Mistaken,
Yeah, right.
Hey, yo, Gucci, get back in the ride, cause that's definitely not the guy. Mistaken identity mixed with adrenaline, almost just kiss you goodbye.
He definitely lost sleep and he definitely cried. That
I just had to drop that. Hey, man, it is what it is. I knew what this was going to be. Had he not done the lawsuit, it is whatever. But it's just like, I told you, Iceman, he thinks he's getting his revenge. I'm going to be dissing people. And he doesn't understand how tone deaf that's going to fall to people who have more than a second grade education. And let me not even do second graders like that. I feel like anybody who has half a brain is going to fall tone deaf because it's like, man, you're defaming niggas, brother. You're defaming them, brother. But you lost that case, so it is what it is. Now, do I think Schoolboy Q is going to respond? Honestly, I don't. I don't even think Schoolboy Q believes in rap battles, which is a little disappointing. But, yeah, I don't know if he's going to do nothing. But if it pops up where he like, yak, yak, if he hits one of those, num juice, he don't want num juice Q to pop up, man. What? I'm here.